Hey there, you brave souls. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 mysterious and thrilling horror cases. That's right, we're diving headfirst into the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night. You know, the creepy, the crawly, the things that go bump in the night and leave you questioning everything. We're talking unsolved mysteries, unexplained events, and just a dash of good old-fashioned nightmare fuel. So grab your snacks, dim the lights, and maybe find someone to hold on to because things are about to get real weird. And don't even think about hitting that skip button. You're in it for the long haul now, with dark and haunting music to set the mood. Thanks, Ryan. Let's dive in. All right, folks, we're kicking things off in the icy Ural Mountains of Russia. Picture this, 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers vanish into the snowy wilderness. Sounds like the start of every horror movie ever, right? Well, hold on to your hats because it gets weirder. A month later, their tent is found ripped open from the inside. Inside, their belongings are scattered and some are even barefoot or in their underwear. I don't know about you, but even in a blizzard, I'm keeping my shoes on. The bodies start turning up and they're just as messed up as the tent. Some have horrific internal injuries but no external wounds. Others have weird orange skin and grey hair. Theories range from avalanches to secret government experiments and even, wait for it, Yetis. Okay, let's be real, the Yeti thing is a bit of a stretch even for me. But the other theories, not so crazy. Some folks think the hikers stumbled upon a military testing ground and were silenced. Others believe they were caught in some freaky weather phenomenon that messed them up good. Then there's the avalanche theory, which seems plausible until you consider the weird injuries and the fact that some of them were practically naked. I mean, who strips down in a blizzard? It just doesn't add up. To this day, the Diatlov Pass incident remains a chilling reminder that even in the most remote corners of the world, something sinister could be lurking. Or maybe it was just a really, really bad day for those hikers. Either way, it's enough to make you want to invest in a good pair of snow boots and maybe some bear mace. From the frozen peaks of Russia, we travel to the quiet Bavarian countryside. Don't let the charming scenery fool you because things are about to get creepy. In 1922, on a small farmstead called Hintk, 6 people were brutally murdered with a pickaxe. But here's the kicker. The killer lived on the farm with the bodies for days. They even fed the cattle and ate their food. Look, I'm not one to judge someone's post-murder routine, but that's just cold-blooded. The victims included the entire Gruber family, the parents, their 2 adult children, their widowed daughter-in-law, and a 7-year-old girl. It's a family massacre, the kind of thing that gives small towns nightmares. Now you might be thinking, someone must have seen something, right? Nope. Hintk was isolated, and the killer seemingly vanished into thin air. But hold on, it gets weirder. See, weeks before the murders, strange things started happening on the farm. Footsteps in the attic, a missing set of house keys, and a newspaper from a town the family never visited. It's like someone was messing with them, setting the stage for something truly horrific. Some whisper about a family curse, others point to a disgruntled neighbor, or maybe even a vengeful spirit. But with no real leads and a whole lot of creepy coincidences, the Hintk murders remain a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones hiding in plain sight. Or maybe, just maybe, they're lurking in the shadows of our own homes. Sweet dreams, everybody. All right, buckle up, buttercups, because we're diving into the twisted tale of the Black Dahlia. It's 1947 Los Angeles and the city's soaking up the post-war sunshine. On January 15th, a woman out walking her dog stumbles upon a body sliced clean in half and posed peculiarly. The victim? Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress with dreams as big as the Hollywood sign. The press dubbed her the Black Dahlia. The gruesome nature of the murder pointed to one thing: this wasn't the work of an amateur. The LAPD scrambled, the media had a frenzy and the public was terrified. But the truth, it remained elusive. The legend of the Black Dahlia just wouldn't die. The murder remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of the evil that men do. All right, let's set sail on this next one, shall we? Picture this. The vast Atlantic Ocean, 1872. Sailors spin yarns about krakens and sirens, but nothing could prepare them for the sight of the Mary Celeste. Imagine, you're cruising along, minding your own business, when you spot a ship just bobbing in the waves. You send a crew over, expecting, I don't know, scurvy or mutiny. But no, the Mary Celeste is completely deserted. The table's set for dinner, cargo's untouched, even the lifeboat's still there. It's like the crew just vanished into thin air. Did they stage a mutiny and take their chances on a lifeboat? Did a rogue wave wash them overboard? Now, I've seen enough Scooby-Doo to know a spooky mystery when I see one. Some folks blamed pirates, sea monsters, even aliens. I mean, hey, when you've ruled out the impossible, whatever's left, right? One theory suggests that a cargo of denatured alcohol might have leaked, causing a small explosion and spooking the crew into abandoning ship. I mean, I'd probably jump overboard too if I thought the ship was possessed by a boozy ghost. But the truth is, nobody knows for sure what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste. It's a chilling reminder that the sea holds its secrets close, and some mysteries are never meant to be solved. So next time you're on a cruise, maybe think twice about ordering that extra margarita. You never know what kind of ghostly shenanigans might be lurking beneath the surface. All right, from the high seas to the American South, we're heading to Adams, Tennessee, where a different kind of mystery unfolds. This, my friends, is the legend of the Bell Witch, and trust me, it's a doozy. The year is 1817, and John Bell and his family are living the good life on their farm, but their peaceful existence is about to be shattered by something sinister, something unseen. It began subtly. Strange noises, whispers, the feeling of being watched. But then things escalated. Objects moved on their own, footsteps echoed in the night, and the Bell family found themselves tormented by an unseen entity. This wasn't just a few creaky floorboards, folks. This was full-on paranormal warfare. The entity, it seemed to have it out for John Bell in particular. It taunted him, scratched him, even spoke to him in a disembodied voice. Some say it was the spirit of a vengeful neighbour, others a demonic entity. Whatever it was, the Bell Witch became the stuff of local legend. Visitors flocked to the farm, eager to witness the haunting firsthand. Even Andrew Jackson, yes, Andrew Jackson, paid a visit. The torment continued for years, culminating in the untimely death of John Bell, supposedly poisoned by the witch itself. And while the witch's reign of terror eventually subsided, the legend lived on. The Bell Witch story became a cautionary tale, a reminder that some forces are best left undisturbed, and that even in the heart of Tennessee, darkness can lurk just around the corner. All right, let's talk about Enfield. Enfield, England, to be exact. Picture it, 1977. Disco was in full swing, platform shoes were a thing, and the Hodgson family was about to have a very, very bad time. See, they started experiencing some weird stuff, and I'm not talking about their shag carpets. We're talking objects moving on their own, disembodied voices, the whole spooky shebang. The weirdest part? It seemed to centre around the two daughters, Margaret and Janet. Now, I'm not saying ghosts have a thing for teenage girls, but I've seen enough horror movies to know that it's definitely a recurring theme. As you can imagine, word got out. It's not every day your neighbour's kid is chucking furniture around with the power of their mind, allegedly. The Enfield Poltergeist, as it came to be known, became a media sensation. Reporters, paranormal investigators, and everyone with a Ouija board and a dream flocked to Enfield. Some people thought the girls were pulling a fast one, faking it for attention. But there were some seriously credible witnesses, including police officers, who reported seeing objects move on their own. Even after the Hodgson family moved out, reports of strange happenings at the house continued. What really went down at Enfield? I don't know, but it's enough to make you sleep with the lights on. Next up, we're heading to Long Island, New York, to a lovely little place called 112 Ocean Avenue, aka the Amityville Horror House. Sounds charming, right? Well, here's the thing. Before the Lutz family moved in, something truly awful went down. In 1974, a man shot and killed 6 members of his own family in that house. It was a horrific crime that shocked the nation. Now you might be thinking, Shane, that's awful, but sometimes bad things happen in houses doesn't make them haunted. And you know what? You'd usually be right. But the Lutz family would beg to differ. The Lutz family moved into the house just a year after the murders, thinking they snagged a steal on a beautiful home. Big mistake, huge. They only lasted 28 days before they hightailed it out of there, claiming the house was a hotbed of paranormal activity. We're talking cold spots, foul odours, swarms of flies in the dead of winter, and even an apparition of a demonic pig. I mean, I don't know about you, but a demonic pig would be enough to send me packing. The Lutz family's story became a media sensation, spawning books and movies that terrified audiences for decades. Was it all true, or were they trying to cash in on a tragedy? It's a question that continues to be debated to this day. Buckle up, folks, because this one's a doozy, the Zodiac Killer. Even if you don't know the details, you've heard the name. This cryptic creep terrorized Northern California in the late 60s and early 70s, and to this day his identity remains a mystery. He targeted young couples, leaving a trail of bodies and taunting letters in his wake. I mean, talk about bad manners. But here's the thing that really gets me about the Zodiac, his ciphers. He loved sending coded messages to the press and police, bragging about his crimes and threatening more. Most of these ciphers remained unsolved for decades, fueling countless conspiracy theories and amateur investigations. It's like a real-life Scooby-Doo episode, but way more disturbing. Some people think the Zodiac was a famous figure. Others believe he was just a sadistic nobody who got off on the attention. The lack of a definitive answer, the boldness of his crimes, the eerie costume he wore during one attack, it all adds up to one of the most unsettling unsolved cases in American history. The Zodiac Killer wasn't just a murderer, he was a master manipulator who understood the power of fear and spectacle. All right, folks, buckle up because this next one is a doozy. We're talking about the Winchester Mystery House, a sprawling Victorian mansion in San Jose, California. This place has staircases that lead to nowhere and doors that open to brick walls. Built by Sarah Winchester, widow of rifle magnate William Winchester. She believed spirits haunted her and consulted a medium. The medium advised continuous construction to appease the spirits, so construction went on non-stop for 38 years. Some say the design was to confuse spirits. Hallways twist and turn, secret passages and dead-end staircases. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the Winchester Mystery House is fascinating and eerie. From haunted houses to haunted history, we now travel back to 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts. A time when paranoia, religious extremism and good old-fashioned finger-pointing led to one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Salem witch trials. Picture this, a small, isolated community in the throes of religious fervor where superstition and fear ran rampant. One minute you're churning butter, the next you're being accused of cavorting with the devil and cursing your neighbors with a bad case of the sniffles. It all started with a group of young girls who began to exhibit strange behaviors, fits, convulsions and uncontrollable outbursts. Doctors were baffled, blaming everything from demonic possession to witchcraft. And let's be real, back then witchcraft was basically the catch-all explanation for anything you couldn't explain, like a bad batch of mead or your cow spontaneously combusting. As accusations flew faster than a witch on a broomstick, allegedly, the situation spiraled out of control. Neighbors turned on neighbors, fueled by fear, resentment, and maybe a little too much fire and brimstone from the pulpit. Over 200 people were accused of witchcraft and 20 innocent souls were executed, hanged, crushed by stones, or left to die in prison. It was a full-blown witch hunt, and unfortunately, in this hunt, there were no winners, only victims. The Salem witch trials serve as a chilling reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria, religious extremism, and the importance of critical thinking. Because when we let fear and ignorance guide our actions, innocent people suffer and history has a nasty habit of repeating itself. Let's just hope we've learned our lesson because, frankly, I've seen enough spooky stuff for one lifetime. Well, There you have it, folks. Our spine-tingling tour through some of history's most baffling and unsettling mysteries. From the ghostly halls of the Winchester Mystery House to the tragic events of the Salem witch trials, we've explored the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright creepy. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey through some of the most mysterious and thrilling horror cases. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more eerie content. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. And remember, the dark and haunting music will continue to echo in your mind long after this video ends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and let me know in the comments, what do you think about these cases?